and welcome to This Week on the Green.
We're your hosts. I'm Bridget, and that's Evie.
As we mentioned yesterday, Dodgeball happened last night, and it was glow in the dark.
So that means it makes it much easier to commit dodgeball crimes.
Yeah, and we have Tyler with more information about what happened last night.
Last night was the glow-in-the-dark Dodgeball Championship. The Glorious Kings beat the Nasties in the finals and also beat the Teachers team and won the tournament. There was a Handel's ice cream truck there, so it was a fun night of watching dodgeball and enjoying some good ice cream. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Tyler.
Speaking of sports, here's the sports report with Dimitri.
Hello Bearcats, it's Dimitri, your athletic correspondent. Boys water polo beat Temecula Valley on Wednesday and plays this Saturday in the CIF finals. Football plays Thousand Oaks tomorrow night for the second round of CIF. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Dimitri.
Well, we don't have school tomorrow. And why is that, Evie?
Because tomorrow we are recognizing Veterans Day.
Yes, so Randy went and asked people about that.
Do you know anybody close to you that was in the military?
Yeah, my cousin.
What branch was he in?
He was in the army, 'cause that's where we get swole, you feel me?
Oh!
My dad was in the Air Force for 27 years, and he was an airplane mechanic.
My cousin in the Marines.
My father served in the Navy, so I'm very grateful for him, and I'm thankful that he did that, so yeah.
My dad also served in the U.S. Army, so I'm very proud that he did that.
My dad served in the Navy on the USS Kitty Hawk.
My dad and my grandpa.
What branch?
My dad was a Coast Guard.
Nice. And your grandpa?
He was in the Navy. I think he did the Air Force.
So my name's Chris Waters. I was in the United States Navy, and the following sailors and airmen are important from my period in the military. Tana Smith, Nick Kelbaugh, Joe Grossi, Gabriel Bisong, Brian Jameson, who was the best man at my wedding, and then my grandfather, who flew in World War II with George Bush Sr. in the same flight squadron. And then I was an AW2 when I got out of the Navy. I was it's aviation warfare specialist. I was a tactical air crewman on an SH-60 Bravo helicopter, and also a search and rescue swimmer for the squadron as well.
I'd like to say thank you for your service.
Oh, you're welcome.
Finally, for me, it was my grandpa who served in the Air Force. That's all for today. Back to you, Evie and Bridget.
Thanks, Randy.
I don't know if any of you guys have heard, but SAG-AFTRA just won.
SAG-AFTRA? I've never heard of her.
SAG-AFTRA has just won the strike against AMPTP. Yippee! So actors can finally start working again. Let's go, boys.
Huzzah! Well, it's a day, and since it's a day, you know that means we gotta recognize the 4 A's today. So here they are. Good job, people.
And here we have Mullen with the teacher quote of the week.
Hey Bearcats. My favorite quote comes from Master Yoda in The Empire Strikes Back. As Luke is trying to learn about the Force, Master Yoda says, "You must unlearn what you have learned." And what better way to think about learning something new and different than by forgetting all your preconceived notions and embracing the new knowledge.
Thanks, Mullen. You know, he's such an inspirational man. I actually have him as a teacher, and he says those words every single day in the classroom.
Oh, that's great. Do you know what else is great? Our wonderful crew that we worked with this week. Yay!
Woo!
Look at him. Thank you. Take a bow. Take a bow.
Take a bow.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, that concludes this week's episode of This Week on the Green. Come back on Monday to see what happens on Today on the Green.
This week.
Today
Today on the Green on Monday.
On Monday.